I grew up here. I used to come home on trips on Sunday nights and wake up in the back seat of the car and look up and see the lantern changing colors. And there was this kind of just incredible connection that Power and Light met downtown. Power and Light met, I probably didn't know it when I was a kid, met architecture. It met, it was one of the most important buildings on the skyline, one of the most beautiful buildings on the skyline. And when we had an opportunity to be a part of a building that was much bigger than us, much it's more important than a small firm like ours, and with such incredible, beautiful space, we jumped at it. The landlords were great. We ended up with a wonderful proposal from them. We moved in, and it's been a remarkable tool for attracting people and a great space to work in. In a way, I enjoy showing people the technology of the building, taking them up through the building, showing them where the auditorium used to be, where the orchestra pit used to be, the things that maybe you don't really realize unless you come inside the building. Walking from the top floors down, going up to the top into the penthouse, the elevator penthouse that leads up into the lantern, which I've only been in once, and that was before we moved into the building. But at any rate, just seeing how the building comes together, it's just it reveals itself and reveals the tectonics in a really beautiful way. I think that what's iconic about it for most people are the lantern, which was mentioned earlier, just the fabric of the limestone and granite and how all the windows work and all that. And of course, it's the wedding cake profile that is probably makes it the most memorable icon, makes the icon the strongest, however the best way to say that. And it adds a lot to how the building appears and how we all recognize it. But what you don't see, if you don't learn to understand the building, is that it's really remarkable structural feat. In fact, that the structure that starts at the very top and steps out to really emulate the shape that you see on the outside, in the fact that columns go away and there are these incredibly complex structural moves that probably today we'd have a hard time getting through the city, but at any rate it still works. It's been up here for almost 100 years, and it's still doing its job very, very well. But it's a really remarkable structural achievement. The spaces themselves, the two-story main lobby, which are the 2 floors of our offices, are just a very beautiful expression of the time. It's part Art Deco, part Art Nouveau. It seems like it was built during the Depression. It was built in a hurry, built in 19 months. By today's standard, that's almost unbelievable. But if you look around, if you really get to know the building, it seems like that there were some very thoughtful concessions made in the way that materials were sourced, parts and pieces were put together. In a way, it appears to be a composition that's where many parts were drawn from different resources and done so in a way that makes it, gives it its charm, uniqueness, and overall quality and beauty.